Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. You'll find those streams online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV. Well, I have the Retired Senior Volunteer Program from CEFS in studio right now. I have the specialist, Talon Norrell. Thank you so much for being here, Talon.
Well, thanks for having me back.
I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to talk about the RSVP program. First, before we get into that, tell everyone a little bit about you and what you do as RSVP specialist.
Well, as an RSVP specialist, what I do is I go out into the community and I get contact leaders of nonprofit organizations to see if they are looking for volunteers. And then I go out into the community and I will go to like these special events and recruit people that are 55 and older that would like to come out and volunteer at one of our volunteer stations.
Yeah. Well, what is RSVP? I mentioned it's the Retired Senior Volunteer Program, but what's the mission of the Retired Senior Volunteer Program?
The mission of the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program is to engage people 55 and older in volunteer services where they meet critical community needs and to provide a high quality experience, enriching the lives of the volunteers and those that they serve.
Okay. And so you basically are looking for people who have a little extra time on their hand to be able to make a difference in the community. Am I right?
Right.
Right. What I guess what is the motivation for this outside of just, benefiting the seniors and the community? I guess, why did this come about and why now?
Yeah. Well, a lot of seniors have issues if they were out to volunteer and if they get hurt, their out-of-pocket expenses if they go to the doctor. Of course, they have, their primary insurance, and whatever their primary insurance does not cover, there's an extra, money that they have to fork out of their own pocket. And with the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, those seniors that are volunteering at 55 and plus, if they get out and they volunteer and they get hurt, what we do is we provide them the supplemental accident insurance, excess auto insurance, and personal liability. So there is an incentive to this program.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize that there would be incentive. What are some of the what makes outside of that, what makes your organization different from other volunteer programs?
Well, like I said, we offer the supplemental
Right.
accident insurance, excess auto insurance, and personal liability, but that is at no cost. It does not cost the volunteer station, and it does not cost the volunteer.
That's unique in of itself, because sometimes when you are offered benefits, they don't always necessarily come free. So
No,
really cool.
This is free. It's
Yeah.
free.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about some of the volunteer stations and opportunities that you have.
For North School, we have the Pencil Pal program. So the Pencil Pal program is where a volunteer can be matched up with a child that is in an elementary classroom, like a second grade classroom. The teacher normally starts the writing topic, and that child will write to the volunteer, and the volunteer will write back, and all the exchanges is done through me, so they don't have to leave their house. I usually mail out their letters to them and, do all the coordinating for that, the Pencil Pal program. And then the Reading Partners at North School is where we can get volunteers to come into the school and help the child that is struggling with reading or spelling or, any of those core subjects. We like to provide that extra help.
Yeah. And so the Pencil Pal program sounds really fun. I know last time you came in, you brought in somebody who is looking forward to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the general consensus. They really look forward. This isn't just a chore for people, or even the kids. They enjoy doing this Pencil Pal program.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have one classroom. It's a second grade classroom. All the students will draw a picture. And this last time around, when they brought their letters, when I brought their letters back to the office, I was looking through them, and there was, they drew a picture of themselves and the volunteer, and they've never seen the volunteer. So the volunteer is like, well, I'm a little little old lady with gray hair.
Mhm.
Well, I seen pictures of this like stick figure with little old lady with gray hair, and I thought that was really cute. So you just never know what these kids are, what kind of topics or what they're actually going to do. Because I mean, some of the things I do read, it's like, oh, it gets you in
Yeah.
the heart.
Yeah.
So that's one of the best ones.
Yeah. Why do you feel that not only kids, I want to know why kids connect so well, but why do you feel like the seniors connect so well with these kids too?
Well, some of them may not have grandchildren. Some of them may have grandchildren. They just relate to children better, in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Right.
I do get volunteers like, no, I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with the little ones. But it's just we are there to make an impact,
Mhm.
and we want to make a positive impact, and we want them to, tell us, things about them, and then we want our volunteers to give a description so they know who they're talking to or how many brothers and sisters, and just conversating back and forth.
Well, I know you work a bit with Taylorville Head Start too.
Yeah.
What can volunteers do with Taylorville Head Start?
Imaginary play.
Okay, so take me through
yeah.
that if you would. A
Yeah,
little bit.
it would be the volunteer will be able to go into Head Start. So at playtime, if there's a group of kids that are sitting down playing with, like a little refrigerator set or something, that volunteer
Mhm.
can come in and act like they're a little guest, or and just entertainment.
Right, right. Yeah, that's really fun. That's cute. And that sounds like that's along the lines of stuff that's good for those who really like interacting with kids.
Yeah,
Right.
that's another volunteer
Right.
opportunity.
What about volunteers who maybe don't really want to work with kids? What kind of opportunities do you have there?
We have the animal control.
Okay.
We have the community mission center in Pana. We have the Taylorville Food Pantry. They are looking for someone to go to the local grocery store to get groceries 2 times a week to bring it back to the distribution center here, and be able to weigh it and put it away.
Mm.
Now, as far as the animal control, they can pet cats, do a little laundry, wash the food and water bowls, and there might be some extra, volunteer activities that need to be done. So it just depends.
Mm.
And then the mission center is a lot of organization and hanging clothes, and then one of the main objectives there is the books.
Mhm.
So I go in and I organize all the books through genre. So they are looking for someone that is in their local area, which is in Pana,
Mhm.
to come in and help with the book organization.
What would they be doing with the animal control center?
Petting cats. Yeah, that's the main. I do have a couple ladies that come out there to pet the cats. I know it sounds funny, but when they are out there interacting with these cats, they're giving them human interaction.
Yeah.
So when they have more human interaction, they're easily adoptable.
Mm-hmm. They're becoming socialized with
Mhm.
humans, that makes
Yeah.
them that much more attractive to prospective owners.
Yeah.
And also maybe just doing a little bit of feeding and stuff like that. Nothing too serious, though.
No, nothing too serious.
Nothing that they can't handle. Any other programs that you're looking for right now here before we head into a quick timeout?
Right now, I'm working with the American Cancer Society.
Okay.
They do have volunteer opportunities, and that is a volunteer can go and pick up a cancer patient and take them to their appointment for treatment.
Mhm.
That is another one. And then I have another volunteer opportunity, but I'm in the midst of getting everything set up for
I gotcha.
that. So
No worries. Well, that is RSVP, that's Retired Senior Volunteer Program Specialist Talon Norrell here on the WTIM Morning Show. More from her after this short time out here on WTIM, your information station. Stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and WTIM TV YouTube, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. And Landmark of Taylorville, you always do better with Landmark.
WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn lower, beans slightly higher. Chicago wheat double-digit lower. December corn, 6.60 and a quarter, down 7 and a quarter. March corn down 7 and a quarter, 6.66 and a half. May corn 6.67, down 6 and 3/4. November beans 14.46, up 2. January beans up 2, 14.48 and a half. March beans 14.55 and a quarter, up 2. December Chicago wheat down 12 and a quarter, 8.15 and a half. March wheat 8.34 and a half, down 13. December bean meal 4.1950, up 20 cents. December bean oil up 73 cents, 75.76. In the livestock market, November feeders 177.72, down 55 cents. December live cattle down 97 cents, 152.07. December lean hogs 85.65, up 7 cents. Energy market, December crude oil 87.56, down 135. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
If you're 40 and over, you'll recognize these artists by their first names. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Andy, Nat, Diana, Michael. Well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com. If you're looking for a local, full or part-time job in Central Illinois, there's an easy place to go to find current job openings. It's IllinoisJobPost.com. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. You'll find jobs available near you. And the best part is that it's free for candidates to access 24/7. If you want a local job when you don't have to spend a lot of money on gas to get to, then you want access to IllinoisJobPost.com to check out current local job openings. That web address again is IllinoisJobPost.com. Another service from your friends at the Miller Media Group.
Thanks. A simple word.
One syllable.
Easy to say.
And we need to say it more often.
To those who teach.
And those who preach.
The people who protect.
And the leaders we elect.
Thanks is the most important word you can say today.
To the skilled trades.
And the classroom aides.
To the first responders.
And the above and beyonders.
Saying thanks is a habit we should never break.
To bank tellers.
Booksellers.
Health inspectors.
Shopping cart collectors.
Thank you to the heavy lifters.
And the third shifters.
For fixing our parts.
Creating new art.
Providing our meals.
And helping us heal.
Thank you for your long days.
And sometimes longer nights.
Not to mention those extra hours on the weekends.
Thank you for stepping up.
Filling in.
And setting a good example.
For your neighbors.
Your community.
And your kids.
We're honored to know you.
We're proud to serve you.
And we're humbled to thank you.
So when you see someone doing good in the world,
give thanks.
Give thanks.
A message of thanksgiving from Jansen's Heating and Air.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I have retired senior volunteer program specialist Talon Norrell here in studio, and it's great to have you here to tell me a little bit more about the RSVP program, Talon. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
So we talked a little bit about some of the opportunities available. What are some of the requirements for seniors to enroll in the retired senior volunteer program?
Well, they have to be 55. They have to be able to pass a background check and willing to sign a mandatory reporting form. Those are the must-haves.
What is that mandatory reporting form?
It's what the state of Illinois requires if you're working with children or the elderly. There is like an adult hotline or,
Is it basically along the lines of if you see something, say something?
Yes.
And you're required to say something if you see something that would require intervention, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just got to fill that form out that says, I'm going to report something if I see something, and also have that background check and be 55. Is there anything else?
Well, certain, like with the school district here, they have additional paperwork. So they have a volunteer packet and a fingerprint that must be done with the school district. So here, but as far as the other schools that I work with, it's pretty much one set of paperwork.
All right.
Which, it's a good deal.
Right. Easy. Quick and easy. Anything else that we should know about that enrollment process? obviously there's the application, there's the background check. Anything else that we need to know about that process?
Well, the minimum for the volunteer hours is 2 hours, or it could be 3 hours per 90 days.
2 hours and how long?
In a month.
In
In
a
a
month,
month's time.
okay.
Yeah, averages out.
Okay. And is there anything else that you want to touch on? I know there's a couple of other things that you were really, I think actually where I'm getting to is just how important this program is for not only the seniors,
Mhm.
but also the people who they're helping too. It's a
Yes.
very symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
The seniors get to get out and do things and make a
Mhm.
difference in the community, and the difference they're making in the community that comes to fruition. And so I guess I just wanted to hear what you had to think about that relationship.
Oh, yes. I receive a lot of conversation with fellow volunteers about the person that they are serving, especially with the friendly visiting. We have a lady that goes out to one of the places here in town, and she visits with this lady. We'll come to find out this lady has some major health issues, and she doesn't have any family or children. So when I heard about this lady coming out to do the friendly visiting with this other lady, um, you know, I was like, well, this is what our program's about. We're here to provide those services for seniors that are living alone, or they may be going through a divorce, or they're widowed, or you just never know what the situation may be. And we like to provide companionship to those seniors. We like to provide a friendship to them.
That's alongside with your family visiting program too, am I right? Or your home visiting program rather, where you I'm just looking here with it says friendly visiting program.
Yeah, that's the
I beg
friendly
your pardon.
visiting.
I said family. I meant to say friendly.
Yeah, that's part of the friendly visiting program. Yes.
I see. Okay. And really, I guess since you have been in charge of this, what have you seen from the direction of this program, not only for the seniors participating, but for those organizations that they're helping?
There's a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
We're adding more, volunteers to those organizations that during COVID, a lot of volunteers have stepped back. And now, in the midst of trying to rebuild everything, they're like, hey, we are low on volunteers. Is there any way that you can help us? Well, yeah, we have a memorandum of understanding that has to be signed. And then like I said, I go out into the community and I recruit seniors who are willing to join the retired and senior volunteer program and want to get out to volunteer. So, you
Yeah.
just never know.
Yeah. Well, and I really wanted to let you reiterate too that you are looking for volunteers, especially for your pen pal program, right? And so how can they get involved?
They have to call. My phone number is 217-994-0243. So when they do sign up for next school year, they'll be able to come in and do their enrollment application and the background check, and then they can wait until that following school year to be able to participate in the Pencil Pal. So that is something that I am working on to expand a little more, because that seems to be one of our popular programs where volunteers would like to sign up for.
Right. Anything else that you want to add or reiterate before you go back to the rest of the day?
Oh, I'm also partnered with Meals on Wheels. So I am looking for volunteers in the Kincaid area as well as the Taylorville area. So
And they'll be delivering meals and whatnot?
for the Meals on Wheels, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like the third week of the month we usually fall short. In Kincaid, we are looking for someone to be able to come in, and just get maybe worth of the meals or just any help at all, really.
Okay.
So that is something that we are really recruiting for, along with the Pencil Pal and the friendly visiting and all the other places that I have mentioned.
Right. That's Talon Norrell. She's the retired senior volunteer program specialist. Thank you so much, Talon.
All right. Thank you for having me.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5